Hello out there in Videoland, it's me again, Lazy Video Gamer. And as you know, I'm a huge fan of the Sega Mega CD, especially for Dune. But I'm too lazy to talk about this game. Instead, I show you this.
I'm just a lazy video gamer, even too lazy to make fancy thumbnails. So, the first game I wanna show to you is one of my favorites on the Mega CD. Of course, there are many favorites, but this game, Mickey Mania, is awesome. It has the better sound than on the Super Nintendo, the better sound than on the Mega Drive, the better graphics as on the SNES, and a little bit better than on the Mega Drive. It's a basic platformer with lovely graphics where you have to play certain cartoons from the early years of Mickey Mouse. In fact, this version of the game was the best adaptation or conversation of the game back in the day. Later it was released also under the title Mickey's Wild Adventure for the PlayStation 1, but that was years after that. It is of course not so fast paced like Sonic the Hedgehog, but it makes a lot of fun. It reminds me also in the quality to Mickey's Castle of Illusion. It has a great engine from the perspective of gameplay. Various enemies directly from the cartoons. I think it's also interesting that all those bitmap graphic games from those days look even today very pretty, but early 3D titles aren't. So the next one is Lethal Enforcers 2 Gunfighters. It's a shooting range. I'm not especially good at these games, but it makes a lot of fun with a lad to shoot down the bad guys. In this case now, you are in the Wild West, of course, as the good sheriff and getting rid of the criminals. You can play it with the joypad or even a light gun, but playing with a light gun today is impossible if you don't have an old CRT, because the new televisions are not compatible to this old technique. Play it instead with a pad and you get your fun out of this game. It was also released as a module of course, I didn't own that game on module. I bought it back several years ago on CD and liked it. What you see now is the difference in this game. So I'll be quiet. So, this is of course Pitfall, the main adventure, the Mega CD version of course. It was also released on Super Nintendo and Mega Drive. Also on 32X, but this version on 32X, like Soulstar, is the baddest one. And this version is the best in graphic and, of course, I'm pretty sure, in music. It's a basic platformer, I don't have to explain that, but I'll be honest with you, I never would buy this game if I don't collect for the Mega CD. Cause I got it on module for the Mega Drive and that's my favorite version. There is a code in the game where you can play the original Pitfall from the Atari 2500, and it's in every adaptation different. And on the Mega Drive I know the combination, on Super Nintendo you can read it, but on the Mega CD never worked. So this is of course Earthworm Jim Special Edition for the Mega CD. It has this cool animated Sega logo intro. Has a fantastic sound. But the difference between the modules, yeah, there are there. It has some additional costumes, it has some additional levels, but that's it. It is not cheap, it's more than new price today, and if you just want to take a look at this game, you find it on other platforms. Earthworm Jim back in the day was something different. It was a platformer, as I mentioned, with great sound, a great gameplay, and let me say, for a platformer, a really dark setting and dark humor, as you can see. It was released and published by Virgin and produced or programmed with from the Shiny team, which the legendary David Perry was an important man. And for the David Perry games there were always these cheat codes who, when you put it in, first you get attacked for cheating. If you are interested in platformers and you can bite you in such a hard difficulty level, that's the game for you. Crazy end bosses and boss fights are on your daily mission in this game. So that was it for this week's Mega Sunday. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm holding here Mickey Mania cause it's my original copy that I kept since back then when the game was released, and I think that stands for the quality of the game by itself. Have a fantastic week, have a fantastic Sunday, have a fantastic whatever, and enjoy your games. Welcome to the next level, and don't forget, the game is never over.
I'm just a lazy video gamer, even too lazy to change the wrong grammatics in the disclaimer.